Welcome, Hornet Nation, to Championship Sunday, where your Bantam Hornets are in the championship game against the Marshall Tigers. We don't know a lot about Marshall, except they appear to only have two lines, but since they've made it this far, they must be pretty good. For those unaware, Marshall is a small town in southwestern Minnesota, known for the Little House on the Prairie type area. And it is surrounded by cities like Walnut Grove, Canby, and Pipestone. So on a day that also holds the Super Bowl, more importantly, it's a day where the Hornets have an opportunity to win the New Hope tournament. So we're moments away from puck drop, and we'll be back. All right, we got the quick stir between the pipes. We're going to start out with Nolan, Ferrara, Ivany, Darlene, and Mizzle. It's good to see Ferrara back on the ice. The puck rolls down in the Hornet end. Mizzle cycles behind the cage. He looks up. He looks for daylight. He doesn't see any. And he punches it down into the Tiger end. Got to get a feel for this here. Darlene from the point. Fires it on net. Legged aside. This team trying to gain possession. Ferrara works it on the wall. Looks. Around the circle. A firing shot goes wide. Nolan blows a tire as he tries to pick it up. Tiger's working to try to punch it out of the zone. Hornets doing a good job containing. Now, flipping out of the zone, Darlene races back. Curls around. Looks for an outlet. He's all bottled up, sends it over to Mizzle on the wall. There's a long stretch pass on the backside of Nolan, doesn't connect. And the Tigers roll in. And we got something. Hornets will be on the man advantage at 14:09. Interference is the call. No score yet. As we have, who do we have? We got Bergmeyer, Wilkins, Ewers, Ivany, and Darlene. Face off to the right of the Tiger tender. Big tall guy. And the puck gets pitched out into the crowd.
Marshall minor penalty assistant number 7, rating that's 2 minutes for interference.
Puck rolls up on the wall. Bergmeyer. Now Wilkins behind the cage. Cycles, looks out front. Another backhanded pass. Couldn't get to it. And then Tigers punch it out from the backside. Ivany rolls across the line. Now in on the firing shot. Legged aside by the Tiger tender. And it sneaks onto the zone. And Ewers picks it up at the red line. Sends it over to Ivany. Back to Darlene. Darlene across the line. Stops short. Looks. Fires it all the way over. Ivany from the point. Looking. He's hassled. He's working it. Now down to Darlene on the circle. Firing shot. Sails over the net. Ivany from the point. Works it against the Tiger. Sticks in the air as Ewers comes in to help out. He punches it down. Wilkins from the corner. Wheels, deals. Tries to throw it out front. And sneaks out of the zone again. And Ivany's going to pick this one up on the line. Driving around the cage. Ivany works it. Looks. Slides it up on the wall. And the Tigers punch it back down. Hornets having a hard time organizing. As Ewers leaves it for Darlene. Darlene now around the cage. He blows a tire. No call. Ewers digs at it on the wall. Darlene comes away, rolls through the neutral zone. He's going to gain the line on the right side all the way in. 30 seconds left in the man advantage. He's ridden off the puck behind the net, slides out front. Nobody home for the rebound. As Ivany from the point walks across the line, gets it to Darlene on the circle, firing low across the crease. No pay dirt. As the Tigers now punch it out, and we will get icing. So only 8 seconds left in the man advantage. One good scoring opportunity, and that's about it. 12:16 on the clock. Dorsey rolls on with Potter and Hester, backed up by Potts. Potter. Oh, Ewers comes on. Tigers from the corner. They try to jam it all the way out, and it goes into the webbing. And we'll do it again. Dorsey on the draw, tied up right across the slot area. Here come the Tigers, rolling through the neutral zone, gaining on the right side. A firing shot sticked aside by the Quickster. Puck behind the net. Right out front in the slot. Ewers flips it up to Hester, just beyond his stick. And here comes Dorsey pestering his man. Can he steal it? Thrown up on the glass. Tigers now chip it up on the boards, comes away to Potter. Potter wheels, deals, throws it up on the wall, and it's back to the Tiger D. Intercepted, Hester has to hold on the line, and it is an offsides. As Nolan, Ferrara, Ivany roll on with Bauer and Helmer. Off the draw, Tigers contain at the D, and they go D to D. Looking up, looking for a lane. Bauer pounds it on the wall. Here it comes away to the Tigers, almost. As Ivany works his man on the wall. Nolan in, trying to steal it. Back to the Tiger D. They look up ice, rolling through the red line. Pitching it down. Little wobbling shot. Quick just leaves it. Now Helmer from behind the cage. Sends it up to Bauer. Bauer flips it up on the glass. Ivany trying to knock it down. Right in the slot. Waffled away by Quick. Ivany on the wall. Tigers doing a good job, but only with two lines. We'll see how they can hold up. Nolan punches it up down into the Tiger end. Ivany on the puck. From the backside. Tigers look up. A bank pass. Helmer holds, and he throws it over to Bauer. Bauer pitches it up to Ferrara. Ferrara gains the line. He rolls in. He's knocked off the puck, and he's sent to the ice. As Nolan picks up the trailer, sneaks by Helmer, and Bauer picks it up. Last man back, gets it to Helmer. Helmer walks across, stolen on the line, and sent down into the Tiger end. Tigers blowing a tire. Picked up by Ivan, who sends it to Helmer, who throws it down to Bauer. Bauer, long stretch pass up to Bergmeyer, tried to chip it across the line. Tigers intercept. Bauer pinning his man on the wall. Bergmeyer knocked off the puck. Hornets go for a line change. Mizzle will sweep it up on the backside, now rolling. He's pinched off the puck, and the Tigers control from the backside. D to D pass as they look to gain through the neutral zone, across the line. Kervita trying to knock his man off the puck. A big check there was a miss. Now it's Wilkins. Wilkins spun around. The Tigers pitch it right back down. Not sure what the whistle was for. Could have been offsides. There's Bergmeyer, Wilkins, Kervita on the front line, backed up by Darlene and Mizzle. Wilkins across the blue line, now wheeling in around the circle, trying to center that pass. Sweeps it back in the corner, looks. Back to Mizzle, intercepted by the Tigers. Now they roll with speed. Chipped off Well done on the little stick check there by Mizzle as Wilkins tries to power down through the Tiger end. From the corner, wheeling up. Bergmeyer delivers a big hit on the glass. And the puck is sent back to Darlene. Darlene chips it up to Mizzle. Mizzle looks, gets it to Wilkins. Wilkins across the line. He wheels around, leaves it for Mizzle. Mizzle slides it over. Kurvita out of position. He couldn't get there. And he just slams it down to Wilkins. Wilkins tries to center out front. Tigers now trying to pitch it out of the zone. Held in by Ewers, and Ewers sends it down to Noah, who pitched it around the net. Tigers held down deep in their own end. Ewers lays the wood on the wall, comes away with it, looking to center, there it is. Hester couldn't make the turn. Now the Tigers counter back with one man, streaking through the neutral zone, delivering a shot. No, it's swept aside by Quick. Tigers trying to throw it out front as they work behind the cage. Wheeling, dealing, back to the point. Now on the circle. Ewers knocks his man off the puck and it slides out of the zone. The Tigers will have to reset as they work across the blue line, looking up, looking for a lane, throwing it up to the near side wall. Here come the Tigers, 3-on-2 as they roll it and they drop it. They look for a shot, down to the dot, firing, saved by Quick. Potter now dishes it up to Hester. Hester reverses course, throws it up the wall to Potter. The Hornets can't get out of their own way. Stalin looks to reset. Potter from the corner up to Hester. One time to Dorsey. Dorsey through the neutral zone. He glides, he looks. On the line, working his way around. He's rubbed off the puck. And the Tigers control from behind their cage. Now on the breakout, rolling up, long stretch pass. Almost intercepted by Nolan. Then sneaks down to Potter. Potter tries to bang it up the wall. Here's a shot from the side. Tigers stole that away as they work it in the corner. Hornets trying to gain possession. Comes back to the point. A long shot. A tip. Nothing. Srara steals it and throws it up to Ivany. Ivany through the red line. Ivany across the blue line. He's working it. He's looking. He fires it out front. Off Ferrara's skate. Oh, it was naked in the slot for just a second. So Tigers now roll and look to deliver a stretch pass. Now they come down through the red line. Good stick check there by Helmer. Holds his man up on the line, but it's pitched down, and Potts goes to the corner. Potts throws it back to Helmer. Helmer now with daylight. Looks up. Tries to get it to Nolan. Nolan streaking across the line, and he just pitches it down. Ferrara in on the puck. Tried to stop it short. The Tigers fling it around to the opposite side. Bauer pinches up. Sneaks past him, and Ivany's going to have to pick this one up. Ivany does a little dipsy doodle. Comes to Bauer. He flips it to Helmer. One-timer stolen away by the Tigers as they roll across the line, around the circle, looking for that center. There it is. A banging shot is missed. Farrar on the wall, trying to work his man, much to the delight of the Marshall fans. And we get an icing with 6:07 and no score. So Bergmeyer, Wilkins, Kurvita, Helmer, Bauer. Puck tied up off the draw, into the ref skates, now pitched around behind the net. Bauer from the corner, trying to get it up, gets it to Kurvita. Kurvita looks across, leaves it for Berge. It just sneaks all the way back. Bauer will have to do it again, sliding it to Helmer. Helmer looks up, banks it up to Wilkins. Wilkins pushes it up, tries to get it to Bergmeyer. And the Tigers now work from their own line. Looking for an outlet pass, they work through the neutral zone. With speed, into a whole mess of Hornets. Kurvita now on the wall, trying to work it up. He's pinched off the puck. And the Tigers work it across the red line, and they punch it down into the Hornet end. Bauer from behind the cage. Picked up by Helmer. Helmer tries to get it up to Wilkins. And the Tigers intercept. Hornets got to be crisper. As Helmer looks up, sneaks it up to Wilkins. Wilkins now through the neutral zone. Works it, gains on the left side, punches it down. And the Tigers work from behind. Rolling with speed, trying to send it up. Intercepted now. Wheeling in is Dorsey with a shot that hits a stick. Dorsey from behind the cage. Sneaks it over to Ewers. Ewers looking. Into the slot to Hester. Hester turns, fires, hits traffic. Mizzle Fans on the shot, tries to deliver it over, hits traffic, sends it down. Dorsey back to Mizzle. Mizzle looks all the way across to Hester. Hester fires. Rebound, nothing. Now from behind the cage, Tigers pinned down and they just flip it out of the zone. Mizzle will have to collect. He slings it rink wide up to Hester. Hester from the red line leaves it to Darlene. Darlene on the line. A long shot sails wide. Ewers picks it up on the far side. He sneaks it on to Hester. There it is out front. Tipped aside, and the Tigers are held down with a ferocious Hornet forecheck. Rink wide pass picked up by Mizzle. Mizzle, he's knocked off the puck. Now Tigers roll in. Opportunity. Sticked aside. Right out front again. As Dorsey swings around the net. Looks. He gets it to Ewers. Or Mizzle. Back down. Darlene up to Hester. Hester now slides it across, and it's tipped by the Tigers, and the Hornets go for a line change. Dorsey tries to steal the puck. Ivany from the red line works his way across. Failed connection on the pass, and here come the Tigers. Long shot, tipped. As Ivany works on the far side, pitches that out of the zone. Tigers work from the backside, trying to roll across the red line. Good tip by Nolan, sends it down deep. Long stretch pass, intercepted. Ivany on the line, sends it back to Potter. Potter from the backside, rolls through, pitches it up on net. A little wobbler. Sometimes those are tricky. It's the Tigers now, trying to gain possession. It's Ferrara from the side, out the slot. Can't find the connection. Here come the Tigers, rolling through the red line. They're going to gain on the right side, rolling around the circle. Looking for that centering pass all the way across. Nothing. Back to the point. Tigers roll, they throw it down on the wall. Potts slams his man. He's holding the puck. That should be a penalty. Now, out front. Tigers hold the line, pitching it up on the wall. Tigers regroup. Cross the line, roll in. A shot deflected by Potter. Potter sends it up to Ferrara. Cross-ice pass to Nolan. Nolan chips it up to Ivany. Ivany tries to dip it up. Here come the Tigers rolling across the line into the slot, dropping it, trying to get a shot away. Saved by Quick. Short side stuffer, opportunity. No, it's in the slot, it's banging. The Tigers pinch up, throwing it again in the slot. Hornets have to start gaining possession. Here's an opportunity for Ivany. Ivany, he gains on the right side. He rolls in. He's got one man. What a dippy doodle. Trying to center it. Nothing. And he's pinned up against the glass. He had no help. Digging away. There's 2 minutes left in this first frame. Boys manging. Comes back to Bauer. Bauer throws it on net. It's tipped up into the webbing. That would have been a highlight reel for sure if Ivany could have gone the distance. As Bergmeyer, Kurvita, and Wilkins roll on. Helmer and Bauer. Off the draw, back to Bauer at the point. Fires it on net. Hits traffic. It's now the Tigers tilt the ice back the other way. They try to sneak through the D. It slams all the way back to Quick, who sends it up. Tigers hold the line, and they punch it right back down behind the cage. Out front, banging. Oh, right across the crease. So the Tigers are buzzing. Rolling up on the wall, Bergmeyer blows a tire. Sent down to the opposite corner where Bauer throws it up on the wall. Intercepted, here come the Tigers rolling in. High slot opportunity, taken away, and Bergmeyer now rolls with the Hornets. Across the line, and offsides. Off the draw, tied up. Tigers play from the backside, now rolled through the neutral zone. Pitching it down deep, right on the Quickster. Steers it aside. Mizzle tries to throw it up, and it's punched right back down. Darlene from the corner. Looks up, gets it to Kurvita. Kurvita one-times it. And the Tigers hold in the neutral zone. Now a steal by Wilkins, rolling across the line, trying to wheel his way around. He blows a tire. Tigers now on the rebound, rolling across. They're going to gain the line on the left side as they walk in. Long shot, stick to side by the Quickster. In the corner, picked up by Kervita. Kervita tries to throw it across. Now, from the near side, Wilkins across the red line, across the blue line. A firing shot, stick to side. Kervita in the corner. Tries to center it out front. Wilkins throwing it there. Darlene sends it to Mizzle. Mizzle fires. Stick to side with 10 seconds left. All the way across. This one's going to sneak out. It's Darlene from the backside. Looks up. Looks. Fires a long shot. Hits the glass. And that's the period. And we end with zeros on the scoreboard. And we'll be back. All right, we're going to start out with Dorsey, Ewers, Hester, backed up by Potts and Potter. After a first period of uninspiring hockey, Hornets look to turn the tide. Off the draw, Potts to Potter. Potter looks up ice, gets it to Hester, who chips it down into the Tiger end. Wheeling around the cage, Ewers pursues, Dorsey in on it. So Tigers look to break. Potts tries to hold the line, comes back to Potter, he dishes it up to Potts. Potts tries to throw it up, it hits traffic. Tigers from their backside, picked off by Ewers, who has to work across the line to avoid the offsides. Now a stretch pass. Tigers breaking in on the right side, trying to wheel across the slot, working it. Saved by the Quickster. Potter from behind the net, sliding it up to Ewers on the wall. He's rubbed out, comes back to the point. There's a stop by Dorsey. Now thrown through. Dorsey chips it up to Hester. Hester wheels across the line, tries to drop it. It's held. Ewers pitches it down right into Hester. From the backside, Tigers now roll through the neutral zone. Gaining on the right. Across the line, dropping, firing. And it sails wide as the puck sneaks all the way down into the Tiger end. Hester tries to hold it on the wall. Sneaks back. Potts throws it to Potter. Potter looks up. Fires from the red line. On to the Tiger keeper. As Nolan pursues in the corner. Tigers playing catch behind the net as they look up for a lane. Held, thrown back down by Nolan. On the wall, Ferrara banging away at it. Ivan in there. Everyone's in there. Nolan now looks across, gets it to Helmer. Helmer now, he gains on the left side, rolls around the circle, looks. Centering pass doesn't connect. Tigers from the near side corner trying to drive up on it. They sneak it across the line. But it's picked up by Bauer, pitches it right back down. Ivany, first man in on the puck. He's pinned up on the boards. Sneaks around to the near side. Tigers try to fling it out. Bauer can't contain, and it goes all the way down on its edge. For an icing. Off the draw. Here's a quick shot. Irony almost found the upstairs. High stick is called off. Banged across the crease. Nothing. Now from the point, Bauer slams it right back down. Tigers pursue. Ferrara in on the boards. He's taken out by a tall guy. Up on the wall, working it. Ferrara, Nolan, both trying to get possession as they're pinned up on the wall. Sneaks back to a Tiger defender. Pushed aside, still working it. Quick shot by Nolan, hits the outside of the cage. So Ivan, tries to steal it away. He drives in, a firing shot. It clanked. Did you hear the clank? Bauer trying to clank it himself. Now, right there on the doorstep, and the Hornets couldn't capitalize, and it's sent all the way down for an icing. 12-11 in the second, a no score on the board. So Bergmeyer, Kravita, Wilkins, Darlene, Mizzelt. Off the draws, sent back to Mizzelt at the point. He fans on the shot, but he gets his own and he throws it right back down. Boys battling behind the net. Tigers now pick it up on the far side corner over skate. Wilkins battling his man, comes to Bergmeyer. Bergmeyer hit from behind, no call as the puck is slid across the ice and the Tigers punch it down into the Hornet end. Mizzled in on the puck, leaves it for Darlene. Darlene slides it up to Kravita. Kravita on the wall, looks. He's sent to the ice. As the boys battle on the line, comes away to Wilkins. Wilkins now with steam across the line, wheels around the circle, sends it down deep. Bergmeyer in on it, dealing, comes to Kravita. Kravita tries to get out front, banging out front. Hornets just can't find the back of the net. Wilkins ties up his man. Kravita gives a shoulder. And somebody's getting something. A roughing call. It looks like the Hornets will be going to the box. Kravita will take a seat for 2 minutes, and the Hornets will be short-handed at 11:15. So Dorsey, Ewers, Darlene, Mizzelt in to kill this one off. Dorsey on the draw. Tied up in the dot, sneaks out of the zone. And the Tigers reset from the backside. Ewers in, pestering his man as they roll across, now gaining the line. On the right side, looking to set something up as they're held at the point. Now down deep to the corner, looking to slide it across, back to the point. Sliding it across, they go D to D, looking for a lane, looking for something. Across the circle, looking, on the dot. Now down low, behind the cage, looking to center. Darlene holding his man back. Sneaks around to the corner. Sent right back again as they slide out front, banging across the crease. Shot didn't connect. Working from behind, looking. Sliding into the circle. Right out front, chipped aside. Right out front again from the high slot. A firing shot. Salted away by the Quickster. 1:05 left in the Marshall man advantage. So Nolan, Hester, Potts, and Potter on. Off the draw, Potter from behind the net, flings it up on the boards. Here's a foot race. Can Nolan get there? He's got Hester. Slaps at that puck. Tigers gain control as they work it behind the crease. Looking up on the wall. Nolan doing a good job holding Marshall attack at bay. Now through the neutral zone with numbers, gaining on the right side, rolling around the circle. Potter knocks it off the stick. Tigers looking to gain control as they work it through on the dot. Left there, Hester slides it over to Nolan. Nolan now through the red line, works across the line, looks at a shot opportunity, sails over the net. And now the Tigers roll through the red line, gaining on the left side, trying to roll around. Potts trying to hold his man out. Here's an opportunity. Quickie makes the save. From behind the net, looking for a wraparound, right out front. Shot sails wide. Potter now flinging it up on the wall. This one will exit the zone, and the penalty will expire. And we should get an icing, and we do, with 9:09 on the clock, and still no score. So we've got Ferrara, Ivany, Noland. But comes back to Ferrara. Oh, he loses the handle. Here come the Tigers with speed. Rolling across the line, slapping it down into the Hornet end. Ferrara picking that behind the net. He bobbled a little bit. Here's it out front. Off the side of the net. Helmer pitches it up to Ivany. Ivany one times it out of the zone, and it's sent all the way down for an icing. Off the draw, Bauer slides it up in the wall. Ivany tried to gain possession. Tigers work from the corner. Looking. Back to the point. A one-time shot right out front of the tip. Nothing. As Helmer looks from the wall, looks to work it. Tries to get it up out of the zone. Now the Tigers roll across the circle. Trying to get a shot off. Nolan sweeps it around through the red line. He walks in. A firing shot sails up high and wide. Bauer into pinch. Throws it over to Helmer. And Helmer won't be able to contain as he slides it over to Ivany. Ivany now pitching it down into the net. Chasing his own rebound, slides around to the near side. Ferrara tried to get it back to Ivany, picked off by the Tigers as they cycle around their cage. Looking for an outlet pass from the corner. Long shot, tip down. Bauer's going to have to scramble back to recover this as the Tigers go for a line change. Rink-wide pass, now punched down into the Tiger end. Tigers must be tired as they try to get a little pickoff pass right out front. Oh, and into the net. Well-designed stretch pass by the Tigers. Caught the Hornets napping. Edina's going to have to find that second gear. They're looking slow. 7:41 on the clock. Marshall takes the lead, 1-0. So Bergmeyer, Kavita, Wilkins. Mizzle, Darlene. Kavita back to Darlene. Darlene looks up, tries to get it up to Wilkins. Picked off by the Tigers, and they throw it down into the Edina end. Darlene from behind the cage. Leaves it for Mizzle. Mizzle paddles it up, intercepted by the Tigers. Now it's Mizzle rolling through the neutral zone with speed around the circle, dropping it. And Kavita's stick was unavailable as now the Tigers punch back. Across the line, working their way around. Darlene holds to the outside. He ties up his man and sends him to the ice. Bergmeyer trying to wheel deal Kavita in to help out. Mizzle now helping out. Everyone's helping. Puck is punched to Darlene. Darlene looks. He's held up on the glass. Now Tigers rolling in, right in the slot, firing over the net. Come on, Hornets, let's go. Darlene now rolling. A 3-on-3 situation. He slides it around his man. They meet up in the corner. All piled up. Wilkins trying to gain the advantage. Gives it to Darlene. Darlene looks. Around the circle. Drops it to Bergmeyer. Bergmeyer in. Now firing a shot. Saved by the Tiger tender. So Dorsey, Hester, Ewers, Potts, Potter. Off the draw, puck back to Potts. Potts fires wide. Slinging to the far side, Potter pinches, throws it down behind the net, right out front, intercepted. Ewers chases to the near side. Trying to jam it down to Dorsey. Dorsey slides, works it. Leaves it on the line. Now slings it down to Hester. Hester right out front. Banging. So Tigers recover and they counter with numbers. 3-on-2 situation as they roll across the line. And they roll themselves into an offsides. 6 minutes on the clock. Off the draw, punch down, Potter collects. He looks up ice, gets it to Hester, one time to Dorsey. Dorsey now flips it over to Ewers. Ewers across the line. Ewers charging around the circle. He's held to the outside. Dorsey picks it up, slides it back, but it's contained, and the Tigers now counter. Hester tries to hold his man up, and here comes the Tigers through the red line. He doesn't have a lot of help, and he just has to send it down, and Potts collects. From the corner. Long stretch pass intercepted by the Tigers. They now roll across the line. Dorsey stick checks his man. Potter holding to the outside. Right out front into the slot. Too hot to contain. Now around the circle. A firing shot goes wide. Tigers buzzing. Hornets are tired. They need a line change. As they cycle around. A quick side shot. Nothing. Another shot. Sails behind the net. And the Tigers can't contain. Punching it down. Potter from behind the net bangs it up the boards. Ewers trying to slide it up. Dorsey pitches it down and it sneaks down into the Tiger end. They try to throw it up on the wall. Dorsey holds that one. Those two have to get off the ice. They're tired. Helmer from the backside. Looks up ice, pitches it down into the Tiger end. The Hornets get the line change they need. Cycling behind the cage, almost picked off by Ivany, thrown up on the boards. As Nolan sends it up to Ivany. Ivany breaks across the line. He's got Ferrara. He leads it to Nolan. Nolan fires wide. Ivany from the circle. Wheels around, looks. Trying to center it out front. There it is. Banging, more banging. Not enough banging. Oh, and it just slides across the crease. Ferrara looking. Sending it back to Helmer. Helmer now pitching on net. Hits traffic. It's out front. Oh, and Nolan. The rebound was there. Sliding out front, and the Tigers quash that onslaught as Helmer ties up his man, and it comes all the way back to Nolan. Nolan from the backside, pitching it up to Ivany. It's in the air. Ivany gloves it down. He rolls across. Ivany, he dishes it aside. Ferrara knocks it down, right out front. Ferrara contains. Oh, it's Helmer. Helmer slides back to Bauer. Bauer pitches it up on the wall to Nolan. Nolan looks. He's got numbers. He slides it across to Ferrara fires into a stick. It's paddled away by the Tiger tender. What action. Now the Tigers counter, and they just blast it out. The Hornets were close. But close is not good enough. With 3:21 on the clock. The Tigers clinging to a 1-0 lead. So Bergmeyer, Kravita, Wilkins, Donnelly, and Mizzle. Tigers steal away, and they work their way through the neutral zone and throw it down into the Hornet end. Donnelly will be the first man back. Cycling around the cage, throwing it up to Kravita. Kravita tries to get it to Bergmeyer. He bangs it down into the Tiger end. Bergmeyer races to get in. Puck out front for a moment. The Tigers counter with a long stretch pass, intercepted by Mizzle, but intercepted again by the Tigers. A firing shot, legged and saved by Quick. Off the draw. Tigers send it down low, trying to fire it across to center. Tipped aside by Bergmeyer, still in the slot. Mizzle working against his man, throws it up on the near side. Tigers controlling as they wheel around the circle. A firing shot hits traffic. Tigers blast it down behind the cage. Dahlin throws it up the wall to Bergmeyer. Bergmeyer looks, pitches it up on the wall. Now with speed through the neutral zone. He works across the line, and it is offsides. With 2:26 on the clock. So Dorsey Ewers Hester, Potts Potter. Off the draw. Contained by the Tiger D, stolen away by Ewers, who throws it to Dorsey. Dorsey wheels in, fires a shot. Oh, and it hits traffic. Dorsey now from the corner, slides it down to Ewers. Ewers sends it out front. Hester tries a one-timer, and it's covered up by the Tiger tender. Good sequence. So we'll do it again. Dorsey off the draw, tries to send it back. Intercepted, and the Tigers throw it around the cage to the far side. Intercepted there. Dorsey holds the line. Tigers reset, try to go D to D. They do. Now sliding through the neutral zone with speed, rolling around the circle. Potts tries to hold him to the outside. A quick side shot. Swept away by Ewers. Tried to throw it up on the wall. Another shot. Tipped up and over. Sliding back to the point. The Tigers pounded around to the near side. Potts in the corner. He's ridden off the puck. Now sliding behind the net. They roll in. Tigers looking to center. Back behind from the corner. Back to the point. Download. Behind the net. Potter be back. He looks up. Looks for a lane. A long saucer pass to Ewers. Ewers tries to throw it around next to him. He can't get there. Can Hester? No. It's all piled up on the line. Potts now works across the red line. Sends it to Potter. To Dorsey. And banged all the way down into the Hornet end for an icing. So Nolan Ivany, Ferrara, Helmer Bauer. 1:07 on the clock. Off the draw, Ferrara looks, slides it over to Helmer. Helmer walks in on the circle, fires a shot into the net. Did you see it? That's it. That's the Hornets we know. Helmer with a laser beam over the shoulder of the Tiger tender, and this game is tied. That just may be the spark the Hornets need to get back to their game. Off the draw, puck comes back to Helmer. Mr. Laserbeam as he throws it up on the wall. Tigers, rink-wide pass, now entering the zone, dropping it into the slot. Helmer sends it packing to the corner. Throws it around the back of the net to Ferrara. Ferrara looks up, stretch pass to Nolan. Nolan's got Ivany, looking across. Ivany gains the line. He walks in, around the circle, looking, centering, firing. Oh! Almost! Tigers on their heels as Nolan blows a tire, and there is no call. Working from the line, sneaks past Bauer. Helmer's the last man back. And now we got a penalty. Cross-checking is the call. Ivany will be going to the box, it looks like. So with 23 seconds, Marshall will be on the man advantage. A lot of activity off the puck. Didn't quite see it myself. As Bergmeyer rolls on with Wilkins, Bauer, and Helmer. Bergmeyer with an opportunity, racing down. He's boxed out. A lot of complaining by the Hornet fans about a missed interference call. Wilkins holding on the line. Pitches it down into the corner with less than 10 seconds left in the period. Wilkins tying up the puck, working it, looking to center. Tigers steal away. And that's it. After 2 periods, this game is tied. And there will be a resurface, and we'll be back in 10. All right. Start of the third. Score is 1-1. And the Hornets will be a man down for the next minute and 37 seconds. So it's going to be Bergmeyer, Wilkins, Helmer, and Bauer. Yeah. Off the draw. Tigers sneaking into the Hornet end, and Bauer now works it up on the wall. Intercepted by the Tigers as they work from the corner. A lot of, looks like sticky ice right out front. No connection. Now Wilkins rolls through, tries to send it to Bergmeyer. A bit too far, and the Tigers contain in their own end with a stretch pass. Working through the red line. Gaining on the left side. Bauer punches his man off the puck. Tigers persist as they throw it up on the corner. Bergmeyer lays the wood. Sliding it down low, working on a side shot. It's traffic and exits the zone. From the backside, Tigers slide it D to D. As they look to get organized with less than a minute left in the man advantage. Now rolling up, working across the red line. The big tall guy is going to work it in. He decides to pitch it down low. Helmer meets his man on the wall. Tying up the puck, doing a good job, stopping any cohesive play by the Tigers. Throwing it up on the wall, comes away to Bergmeyer. Bergmeyer pitches it up past his man, Wilkins. Wilkins working his way around, no call on the interference. What is this, prison? Now down to the corner. Working his man, 15 seconds left. And the Marshall man advantage. It's now. They stalk through the neutral zone, held up on the line, and pitched out by Nolan. Icing called off, and the penalty has expired. Ivany out of the box. Tigers now work from their own zone with speed through the neutral zone, gaining on the left side, streaking in. Darlene trying to hold his man to the outside. Quick has to make the save as it's punched up to Ivany. Ivany can out countering. He's got Ferrara, he's got Nolan, and he's got an offsides. Off the draw, Darlene sends it over to Mizzle. Mizzle now sends it down into the Tiger end. Rolls around to the far side corner. As the Tigers try to break out. They can't find any daylight as they work from the back end. All the way up. Darlene sends it right back. Now the Tigers counter. They gain on the left side and punch it down deep. Mizzle retrieves behind the net, stops short, held up by a Tiger. Trying to power his way through. Can't find the handle. Tigers throw it to the near side. As Ferraro works his man into the wall. Comes away to Mizzle. Mizzle slides it over to Ivany. Ivany almost up to Nolan. And it crosses the line for an offsides. So Dorsey, Hester, Ewers roll on. Potts and Potter. Just outside the Tiger end. Dorsey slides it to Ewers, who throws it down. The Tigers go D to D. Long stretch pass across the ice. So the Tigers look to gain the zone into the ref's skates. Stretch pass to the near side. Tigers now looking to fire it down into the Hornet end where Potter picks it up. Potter looks up ice, slides it up to Hester. Hester in his skates, tries to wheel and deal, and he's thrown into the wall. Potter now driving out of the zone. Hits traffic. A lot of interference. None of it's called. Hester now from the red line. Punches it down into the Tiger end. Tigers send it around to the far side. Look for a breakout option. On the backhand side, Hornets having a hard time getting organized as well as it slides down and Potter retrieves. Looks up ice. Sends it to Hester. He tried a one-time tapper. And we get an offsides. 11:24 on the clock. And Bergmeyer, Wilkins, Carita roll on with Bauer and Helmer. Off the draw, Tigers punch it down. Bauer sends it over to Helmer. Helmer up to Wilkins. Wilkins pitches it up on the wall. And maintains the zone. Down to Bergmeyer. Racing for the puck. Tied up. Kurvita now from behind. Tries to get it to Wilkins. Wilkins on the wall. Sends it right back down to Kurvita. Kurvita behind the cage looking. Up front, there it is. Oh! Bergmeyer! The humanity of it all. From the corner, a long stretch pass up to the Tigers. He's all alone. He tries to go rink wide. Now, whiffs on the catch of the pass, and we're going to get an icing. Yeah. And methinks Marshall is running out of gas. So this could be a decided advantage for the Hornets. Off the draw, tied up, back to the point. Bauer fires. Low shot. Wilkins from the corner. Wheels, deals, looks. Sends it back to Helmer. Helmer fires. There it is. And it's salted away by the Tiger tender. Berge off the draw. Tigers cycle around the cage. Looking up ice. Long stretch pass. Intercepted. But the Tigers persist. Picked off by Wilkins. Wilkins turns, burns, throws it up to Kurvita. Kurvita slams it home. The Hornets go for a line change. Bergmeyer in on the corner. It slides all the way up to the red line. Cross ice pass. Tigers now breaking across the line. Dahlian has to hold the line. The shot sails wide from the near side. Ferrara tries to get it over. Can't quite find the handle as the Tigers now roll in again. Around the circle. Dahlian holding the outside. They try a drop pass, and Dahlian shoves it up the wall to Kurvita. Kurvita tried to send it through, and now the Tigers rolling across the slot. Pitched back. As Mizzle retrieves behind the cage. He looks up. Gets it to Nolan. One-timer. Sent right back to the Tiger D as they now walk across the line and pitch it up on the wall. Mizzle from behind gets it over to Ferrara. Ferrara now. Just a bit too far. It's held up on the wall. Mizzle banging his way up, trying to get it across the line as the Tigers look. They pitch it up, intercepted by Nolan. Nolan tries to scoop it into the zone. He sneaks around his man. He's got Ivany out front. There it is. Pass doesn't connect. As Ferrara battles. Here come the Tigers. They slide it across. Dahlian will be the last man back. Pitches it over to Mizzle. Ferrara now, he tries to roll it up to Nolan. Nolan across, picked off. Here come the Tigers with numbers, rolling across the line. Trying to slide it through Dahlian's legs. Mizzle holds them up on the back end. Picked up by Ferrara, who pitches down to Mizzle. Mizzle from behind, looks up. Rolls with speed now through the neutral zone. All the way up across the line, walking in. There it is. Oh, and a save by the Tiger tender. Ivany tries to steal it off the wall. It's still banging away on the dot. Everyone's in on it. The Tigers hold it up on the wall. Ferrara in, trying to dig it out. Nolan in there. Everyone's digging. The Tigers are content just to hold it. I don't know why. They're tired. And now it scores free behind the net. The Tigers try to blast it up on the wall. Now, rink-wide pass across the red line as they work their way in. A shot sails over the net. Dahlian behind the net. It's stolen. It's out front. It's fired in. I take that back for Marshall being tired because they've just taken the lead with 7:52 on the clock in the final period. 2-1 Marshall. So Dorsey, Hester, and Ewers on to undo the damage. Backed up by Potts and Potter. Off the draw, Dorsey tries to send it back. He sneaks it himself. Now, across the line, working his way in. He's hooked, and he's thrown down all the way behind the cage. Ewers in, trying to disrupt play. Sneaks past Hester. Here comes Marshalls. They try to jam it up the wall. Now they got a 3-on-1 situation. They roll across the line. Walking in. Sliding across. No connection on the pass. As the Tigers throw it out front again. And now it's pitched out of the zone. And the Tigers reset from the red line. Rolling in, a high looping shot. Picked up by Potter behind the net. Slides it over to Potts. Potts from the corner. Works his way up. Looks. Banks it up to Hester. Hester slides to Dorsey. Dorsey tries to punch it across. He's ridden off the puck. Interference! Now the Tigers rolling through. Stopped by Potter. Potter to Potts. Potts looks up. Throws it in the zone, and we get an offsides. With 7 minutes even on the clock. Bergmeyer, Kervita, Wilkins roll on. Backed up by Bauer and Helmer. Off the draw. Here's a sneak in by Wilkins. Can he see Bergmeyer? Sliding across. A save by the Tiger defender as he slides through his belly. A one-timer from Helmer. Hits traffic. Now the Tigers look to roll. Helmer goes back. Bauer does a good job sticking check off the line. And we get an offsides finally. Off draw, Tigers send it down into the Hornet end. Helmer from behind the cage. Looks up, slides it over to Bowers, sneaks past, and goes to Kervita. Kervita now. Rolling through the neutral zone. Knocked off the puck. Picks it up. Slides it up on the line to Bergmeyer. Now it slides out. Kervita waits, and he pounds it down into the Tiger end. Wilkins in on the corner, trying to disrupt play. So Tigers roll behind the net. Bergmeyer knocks his man. Kervita now, in on the wall. Puck tied up, comes away, trying to center it out front. There it is. Swept aside by the Tigers as they pinch it out. Now a fast break. Rolling in. Trying to get a shot off. Sails over the net to the near side. Wilkins on the wall. Tries to slide it up to Bergmeyer. Picked off by Helmer. Helmer rolls through the red line. Helmer rolls through the blue line. Helmer against the entire Marshall team. And it's sent up into the webbing. It's Nolan Ferrara Ivany roll on with Mizzle and Darlene. Puck sent back to Ivany. Ivany pitches it up on the boards to the corner. Ivany from the wall, looking, sliding back to Mizzle. Mizzle walks in, fires. Waffled aside by the Tiger tender. Up on the wall. Picked off, now Ferrara rolls in, looks, fires a shot, hits traffic. Now Mizzle rolls in, leaves it to Darlene. Darlene fires a shot. Trapped away by the flashing leather of the Tiger tender. We have froth. Froth factor, level 9. But cooler heads prevail. .5:21 remains in the third. Hornets desperate to find the back of the net. Ivany, quick shot, hits traffic. Mizzle pinches up, fires on net. Off the side of the twine. Ivany from behind. Works from the corner. Looking. Sliding to Darlene. And Darlene has to recover this one in the back in the Hornet end. He looks up, fires to Mizzle. Hot pass. Mizzle has to go back. Throws it up to Nolan. Nolan picks up from behind. Looking. To Mizzle. Picked off by the Tigers as they try to roll through. Now Mizzle rolling up through the neutral zone. He's going to gain the line and walk around looking for a shot. Firing and into the webbing. 4:41 on the clock. So Dorsey, Hester, Ewers, puck right in the slot, picked off by the Tigers as they roll down and just pitch it into the Hornet end for an icing. Tigers working on the wall. Hester tries to hold the line, comes back to Potter, and the Hornets have to reset. Thrown up on the wall. Hester now driving in. Hester firing. Saved by Marshall. Centered out front. Tigers come away. Held on the line by Potts, who throws it down from behind the cage. Tigers fired up on the wall and sneaks past Potts. Potter retrieves. He curls, he looks. Over to Potts. Potts to Potter. Potter tries to get it up to Hester. Hester now works it up the wall. Stolen away by the Tigers. On the line. Comes back to Potter. Potter pitches it around to Potts. Potts now rolling. A long waffle pass on the backside of Hester and it sneaks down into the Tiger end with 3:43 on the clock. Long stretch pass up to the Tigers on the wall. They work their way in. They work their way around. And Bauer's the last man back. He fires it up the wall just beyond Ewers. And it sneaks out to the Tiger D as they go D to D in the neutral zone. Long waffler on net. Sticked aside by Quick. Bauer from the corner. Sliding up to Hester. Hester all the way across. Intercepted by Dorsey inadvertently. Now up to Ewers. Ewers tries to tip it. Contained by the Tigers. Helmer from the red line. He pitches it down. The Hornets go for a line change. Approaching the 3-minute mark. Now the Tigers work their way through the neutral zone, gain the line. Walking in, pitching it down behind the net, picked up by Helmer. Helmer throws it up the wall to Wilkins. Wilkins slides it all the way around to Bauer. Bauer from the backside, up to Kervita. Kervita now through the red line, sliding it across to Wilkins. Wilkins driving in. Wilkins knocked off the puck. Bergmeyer back to Helmer. One-timer shot, hits traffic, hits out front. It's banging. It's in. Did you see that? Yes! It's Kervita. Who else? It's Kervita. And this game is tied at 2:42 in the third. Mr. Garbage himself has done it again. With 2:42, we have a brand new hockey game. Bergmeyer, Wilkins, Kervita on the line, backed up by Darlene and Mizzle. Mizzle from the backside. Pitching it down. Here's a break for Bergmeyer. Bergmeyer rolling in. Bergmeyer centers it across, and it's tipped at the last moment. Tigers from the backside, wheeling up through the neutral zone with speed, gaining on the right side. Stopping short, looking, sliding across, tipped at the last second, but held by the point and thrown down. Darlene swats at it. Mizzle swats at it. Everyone's swatting. Now thrown up the wall to Kervita. Kervita pitches it past. Oh, interference, and there will be a call. So Farmington will be shown the gate, or not Farmington, Marshall will be shown the gate at 2:09 for interference. The Hornets will be on the man advantage. Oh, he's getting a 2 and 10. As Marshall's team has been depleted. So Nolan, Hester, Potter on the line, backed up by Mizzle and Bauer. Puck sent around to the near side, pinched up, held by Bauer. Puck sneaks out of the zone. The Hornets will have to reset from the blue line. Sent across. Nolan loses the puck. He sends it rink wide to Hester. Hester gains the line. Hester walks in, looking for an outlet. Back, sliding across the line. Mizzle looks, fires on net. It's out front. It's banging. Back to Mizzle. Mizzle holds the line. Slides it back down. Potter sends it to Nolan. Nolan on the wall. Looks. A lot of looking. Oh, and tipped at the last second by the Tigers with a minute and a half on the clock. Rolling down. Left for Bauer. Bauer slides it across to Nolan. Nolan now sends it up. Oh, on the backhand side of Hester. Can't get anything organized here. With 1:18. Almost the balance of this period. Marshall will be shorthanded. So now Ivany rolls on with Wilkins, Darlene, Bergmeyer, and Ewers. Off the line, Tigers punch it down deep into the Hornet end. Ewers retrieves behind the net. He looks up. He leaves it to Ivany. Ivany now, rolling with speed. Down the left flank. Pinched off the puck. As the Tigers pitch it up on the wall and send it out of the zone. Picked up by Darlene. Darlene across the red line. He looks. He looks. He looks. More looking. Now he rolls across the line. He's rubbed out. Trying to center it. Put into the corner. Bergmeyer tried to center it. Now it's Ivany. Ivany rolls around. No, Bauer sends it across to Ewers. I don't know who that is. Bergmeyer on the circle. Sends it back to Ivany. Ivany draws. Back to Darlene. Darlene looking for a lane. Sliding across. Looking. Tiger guy goes down to his belly. Darlene just can't get a hold of it. Now the Tigers get it, and they punch it up on the wall, and they send it out of the zone. Here's a break for the Tigers, but it's intercepted. Now Ivany from the backside. Looks up with 20 seconds to play. Rolling with speed. He rolls across the line. He gets knocked down. And is sent down. Tigers blasted around the near side. And Darlene collects from the backside, and this is going to go to overtime as Ewers sends it down. And that's it. We end regulation with a 2-2 tie. I don't know what the format is for overtime, so we shall see. No. So it appears we're going to have 3 minutes of 4-on-4 hockey. So we got Nolan, Ivany, Mizzle, and Darlene. Off the draw, the puck goes down into the Hornet end. Mizzle gives chase from the corner. Now, hassled by a Tiger player as he tries to roll around with speed. He doubles back and he looks at his options, sliding rink wide to Mizzle. Mizzle throws it up to Nolan. Nolan on the line. He's boxed out by a Tiger defender. Sends it down behind the cage. Now the Tigers start their roll from the end line. Sliding it behind the net. Looking. Firing a pass. They go rink wide. Mizzle pinches it down. Can Ivany slap it through? No. Tigers now roll, and they go rink wide. Through the red line. They hold back. They look at their options. Now, gaining the line. Held up by Ivany. Picked off by Darlene. Darlene stops short, looks back. Sends it up to Nolan. Nolan gains the line. Nolan around the circle. Driving in. Firing short side shot. Hits the outside of the twine as both boys battle behind the cage. Comes away. Darlene. Looking. Stopping on the dot, driving in, swatted off the puck. He's pressed into the boards. And now, Nolan from behind the cage. He overskates, and the Tigers maintain control with 1:40 on the clock. Sliding across. Tigers now gain the line on the right side. walking in around the circle. They throw it behind the cage. It's going to be picked up by Darlene. Darlene's got a rink wider. Oh, and a hit off a skate. Unfortunate. Icing called off. Nolan from the corner battling his man. He works it. Ivany in to help out. Comes away to Nolan on the dot. Sliding across. Darlene, can you get there? No. And the Tigers intercept as they roll through the neutral zone. They're going to gain on the right side. Walking in, looking to center. A short side shot. Turned away. Mizzle blows a tire. Nets off its moorings. With 1 minute even on the clock. And we get a timeout.
Partial timeout.
So Dorsey, Wilkins, Helmer, Bauer. 1 minute on the clock. Dorsey ties up his man. Scooped around. Bauer from the backside. Loses the handle. Slides it to Helmer. Helmer loses it in his skates. Now it's to Bauer. Bauer looks up ice. Gets it to Dorsey. Dorsey now cruising through the neutral zone. He gains on the right side. Walks around the circle. Firing shot. A rebound. Now breaking back with numbers. The Tigers roll with a 3-on-2 situation. Dorsey racing back. Helmer holding his man to the outside. Well done. Now, breaking out front. It's out front. It's banging. Wilkins now trying it. Now a short side shot goes up into the webbing. What action. 25 seconds left on the clock. Dorsey on the draw. Squared up, comes back, D-to-D pass, firing a shot, and trapped away by Quick. 20 seconds on the clock. As Nolan rolls in, Dorsey rolls off. Puck tied up on the dot. Comes away to Helmer in the corner. Helmer throws it around to Bauer. Bauer from the backside. Pitches it up to Nolan. 10 seconds left as Nolan tries to punch it through. Nolan, he's got Wilkins. Nolan rolling in. It slides across. Oh, it's in. It was across the line. That looked like it was in. We're going to have to replay the tape on that one. But first overtime ends with the score deadlocked at 2. What happens next, I do not know. I think it's going to be a shootout. And it looks like we are headed to a shootout. Mano-a-mano action. Marshall will be going first. Actually, I don't know who's going first. Hester will be going first. Hester takes the puck, rolls across the line, working his way in, looking, firing, and it's saved by the Marshall tender. Now Marshall advancing slowly across the line, gliding in, quick is ready. What will happen? Don't know. Fires wide! Nothing! Now Anders Ivaning picks up the puck, rolls across the line, wheeling in. Puck's on its edge. Oh, and he loses the handle. Now Marshall rolling across the line, gathering the stick, looking to get something. Fires wide! Nothing! Now Nolan skates across the line, works his way in, draws, fires, and it's saved by the Marshall tender. Nobody can score. Once again, Marshall crossed the line, wheeling his way in, looking, trying to get around. Stopped! Nothing! Now it's Dahlin's turn. Wheels, deals, cross the line. Rolling in, looking, firing. Saved by the tender. Once again, Marshall. Across the blue line, snaking his way in. Saved! Absolutely nothing! Now Dorsey. Rolls across the line, snakes in, looking, firing, and it's saved. Marshall now rolling across the line, and it's in the net. And that's it. The Marshall Tigers have defeated the Hornets 3-2 in a shootout. So that ends the New Hope tournament. Hornets will live to fight another day as districts approach. So enjoy the rest of your Super Sunday as the Super Bowl awaits.